New channel, new series. Welcome to Reddit post reactions, where I react to Reddit posts.
Well, no shit.
I am going to start this series off under the advice subreddit, where people are asking for advice on their situations, and I'm going to give my 2 cents. Not that anyone asked. Let's just get straight into it. The post that we're going to start with is BFF pregnant with fiance's baby. Plans on leaving the baby with me because she isn't ready to be a mum. That is an insane statement to make. Oh my gosh, okay. I am in a situation that seems so surreal. Like, I don't know what to think of it. Sorry, it may be a long post. So I have a best friend. We've been friends for 12 years. That is insane. I have a few friendships of 12 years. And yeah, anyway. And she's been more than a sister to me. We share everything, and we've been together through a lot. I also have a fiance, and we all share the same social circle, like a large group of friends. I have been with my fiance 4 years now, and last year, June, we welcomed our beautiful baby boy. Though there were a lot of complications, and I also had surgery due to those issues and stayed in the hospital for a month and was on bed rest for the next few weeks. Yeesh, that's rough. In August, one of our friends had a wedding and it is like an 8-hour drive away, so I couldn't attend because it's quite a hustle considering I wasn't well and the baby was still too young, but my fiance attended. So did my BFF and a large part of our group. After the wedding, BFF drove back with fiance, stayed with me 3 days and had to go back to work, which is not in the same city, so I didn't see her for months. Everything went back to normal, I went back to work and everything seemed fine. I talked to her like usual and that was that. Fast forward to this week, I came home from work to guess who? BFF, heavily pregnant, due at any time now. Her due date is the 16th, and this was posted yesterday, which would have been the 10th of May. Okay. Also, can we just talk about the fact that this person's best friend is pregnant and hasn't told them a thing? Because, like, what the hell?
What the hell is even that?
Like, if my friend did that, if one of my friends didn't tell me that they were pregnant and then just showed up at my house pregnant, ooh, it would be on. This is so, like, run-on sentencey. I'm struggling to read it. I welcome her, get her settled in, everything is fine. We have dinner, then start catching up. Like, I didn't want to pry too much, for I figured if she had wanted to tell me details of her pregnancy, she would. Maybe she wasn't comfortable yet, so I tell her we have to make plans to go out, shop, eat, the normal stuff. I ask her when she'd be leaving so we can make the most of the time we have. She proceeds to tell me that she isn't leaving. I was confused and asked again, like what? She states that she isn't leaving. I ask her why and get her answer. Oh my god, the baby is my fiance's. I was literally speechless. Then she says she's thought about it and she's not ready for motherhood, so she came to deliver, stay for 4 months while she heals and rests, and then she'll leave the baby here and go. At this point, I feel like cameras are hidden somewhere and it's a prank. Half expecting she says it's a joke, but no, she's as serious as a heart attack, which I was sort of having. I do not blame you. I didn't know what to do, how to react, whether to scream or yell, or kick her out. I just left, went to my room, locked myself in, but I couldn't sleep. I haven't talked to fiance yet. He works as a sales rep, so most of the week he's away. So what do I do? Currently it's Saturday, the busiest day at the office, and I can't even think straight. How do I navigate this situation? That is insane. Like, that is actually crazy. Like, who does that? Firstly, no, I would not be keeping that baby because there's no way that this best friend is expecting. Okay, I don't even know how to phrase this. How can the best friend expect her best friend whose fiance cheated on her with the best friend? Oh, I hope someone understands what I'm trying to say because the words are just not coming out. Like, in my head, if I was in that position, I would be like, no, if you don't want to be a mother, he can look after the baby. I'm not taking responsibility for my fiance's child who cheated on me. This is a child of an affair. To even bring that kid into the world is so selfish. Obviously, the situation is super complicated, and I don't think that it's ever going to get uncomplicated. And someone's going to eventually have to tell the child how they came to be and who their parents are. Anyway, let's have a look at some comments. Actually, I kind of just want to skip the comments on this one because there's already an update, so I'm just going to go to the update. Well, thank you for all the advice and support. It's been really helpful and it's good to know I'm not going crazy. Sorry the previous post was long and not well versed, so here's the update. I left work at 1, got home, took my kid and house Took my kid in house help to my neighbor who I've grown close to and sometimes helps me out when house help is off duty. Oh, like a nanny or something. When I came back, she was sleeping, like oblivious to the fact that she's just turned my life upside down. Is this friend mentally stable? Because like that is like actually a crazy thing to just come drop on someone and expect them to just be okay with and act like everything's normal. Like what? Then the piece of shit of a fiance came home and I confronted them. So apparently I am that dumb, because tell me why they tell me they had been together since before, and since she became pregnant, he goes to see her every other week and supports her, pay her rent, buys her food, etc. This guy is living the most fucked up double life. That's crazy. They said I wasn't supposed to find out. Now what do you mean wasn't supposed to? How the fuck are you supposed to not find out that your best friend is pregnant with a baby? And then when that baby is born, you're gonna know that your best friend has a baby and you're gonna be questioning who's the dad. Like, okay. I just don't, okay, anyway. The now ex-fiance gets mad at ex-best friend for coming over to tell me and all that bullshit. We had an argument and I blew up at both of them. I chased them out, threw them out and locked the door behind them. I was honestly expecting more fight because I was ready to mess that man up, period. As you should. Like all that time wasted thinking we were building something together. I mean, it's a lot. I'm really angry and disappointed, but I think it's all going to be good because I don't need that kind of baggage right now. I have a lot to think about, a lot to go through. I don't know how or what happened, but his mother just called like a few hours ago. I didn't pick up because I didn't want to deal with that bullshit right now. I know she's going to defend him. She's going to say to just give him a chance, or it's not wrong. I don't know what they're going to say to me, but I don't want to hear it right now. They very traditionally don't see anything wrong cheating or in having another child with another woman like it's common, and I'm just really mad. That's so messed up. Right, I haven't talked to either of them, but I'm pretty sure they went to his home, which is not very far, like 2 hours from here, but I don't care at this point. What do you mean by his home? Do they live separately? Like, does OP and their fiance not live together? So I'm here in bed typing. My son just went to bed. I'm not taking calls or anything to do with them right now. I just want to enjoy the peace while it lasts, because, you know, tomorrow I won't. I want to have a moment of peace. So much for Mother's Day. Oh, I was hoping for something celebratory, not this kind of drama. I never expect this kind of drama, but I'm good and can't waste any more energy to the man. I know he's not worth it. And thank you all for your support. Thank you for showing me this kind of support, because it's been a lot. It's been a lot in it. Feels like I'm alone. Thank you all for showing this kind of support, because it's been a lot in it. Feels like a lot, and it feels like I'm alone right now because I can't ask my mum for support. I bet she will say I should just stay for the sake of marriage and all that bullshit. So I'm not talking to her right now. Anyone who's going to tell me to just forgive him, I'm going to tell them to shove it where the sun don't shine, and that's all for now. I'm just going to enjoy me some peace and my cup of tea. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Well, that was a crazy ride. I can't even wrap my head around that, if I'm being honest. That's so messed up. I feel so sorry for OP in this situation. I honestly would not blame them, whatever they did. But by the sounds of it, they're going to be leaving this man. Good. As you should. And it sounds like they're not taking shit from anyone. So good on you, OP. I don't really know what advice to give in this situation, because I feel like whatever anyone decides in a situation like that is valid. Like if you decided to raise the child, if you decided to stay with your husband, like they have a kid together. So whatever they're doing, as long as they're looking out for their child and themselves, I would support them no matter what. As long as they're not hurting their child, harming their child or anything like that. As long as the baby is safe and going to be brought up well, I think that's the most important thing. And it sounds like they're prioritizing themselves and their child that's actually theirs. But that is just a wild story. Okay, this next post is, I just caught my dad having sex with his friend. What should I do? Oh gosh, I'm already sensing this is not going to be good, and I'm presuming that it's a young child as well, or like young teenager. Oh gosh, and this would be so traumatic. Like I feel like it's traumatic enough like seeing your parents do that, let alone someone else. Oh, this kid is going to be traumatized. So a few hours ago, I was playing some Wii Sports. Yeah, get it. Anyone who plays Wii Sports in 2025, elite. Immediately S tier. And around 10 p.m., my dad told me to get ready for bed, which was weird because he usually tells me to go to bed around 11:30. He had his good friend over tonight to play cards or something. I'm sensing it's going to be more of the something. And I knew this was getting kind of suspicious, so I get ready for bed and use the bathroom after that. Then, while using the bathroom, he says to me, "I'm going to bed now." And I hear him close his door, and then I hear him walking in the opposite direction. Oh, suspicious. Then he goes downstairs to the spare bedroom where his friend is sleeping. I love how this kid is like putting friend in quotation marks because he's very quickly figured out that they're not just friends. So I decide to investigate. This is like Spy Kids. I first went through my patio door and then ran down to the backyard. I love how we're literally getting like a play-by-play. Like I can see the picture in my head of what's happening here. I look to my right and see the spare bedroom light on, shining through the window. So I carefully sneak over to the window, and even though it has window privacy film on it, whoever put it on did a very bad job because there is an open gap where you can see into the room. So when I get there, I look through the gap and see my dad and his friend having sex. They didn't notice me, but that left me thinking, what should I do? This is written like a Wattpad story. I don't want to tell my mum because they will get a divorce, and I don't think my brother and sisters will be very happy about that. Any suggestions about what I should do? I'm 15, by the way, and his friend is a woman. Oh my gosh, this poor 15-year-old is gonna be traumatized. My advice would be to go tell your mum and ask her to put you in therapy, because you can't be dealing with this kind of thing on your own. First off, like, let's just start there. This is a 15-year-old kid, brain not fully developed, not even out of high school, like not even legal yet, can't drive, can't drink, and you're gonna have to process this? Like, no, I recommend therapy and let the adults handle it, because I also want to know where the mum is, actually. I hadn't thought about that. Let's have a look at some of the comments. You're 15 and you just saw something that no kid should have to process alone. It's not your job to protect the adults, but it is okay to talk to a trusted adult or therapist about how it's making you feel. You're carrying too much for someone your age. Exactly. That's literally like exactly what I said. Tell your mum. Imagine if she found out that you knew before and you didn't tell her, she will be heartbroken. I don't know if that's an appropriate comment to make. That's kind of like telling the kid like, oh, if you don't tell your mum, you're going to break her heart. Like, I just feel like let's not add more pressure to this poor child again. Just don't be surprised if she already knows, or even if this isn't news, doesn't want to get a divorce. Sometimes couples just have unusual arrangements. Sometimes individuals make choices we do not expect. Okay, even if they have unusual arrangements, do we really think it's appropriate for the dad to be bringing over his fuck buddy to the house where his children are? Like, that's not appropriate. I don't care what the arrangements are in their relationship. Doing that in a house where your children are is just never okay. Is there any information on like where the mum is? Okay, the mum is at a 6-day dance competition with their siblings. There's no update on this one yet because it was only posted 7 hours ago, but I guess in the next video, I'll see if there's an update. I guess we'll find out next time. All right, next. My 25 female partner, 27 male of 6 months says I can't buy a car? That is so strange. So my partner and I moved in together within 3 months of dating. We both split bills equally. He always goes hunting every single month without me, yet I'm not allowed anywhere because it's not safe. The other day, I brought a used car, which I've been telling him about the past couple of weeks. He told me he had to come with me to look at it, but he was at work. We had a big argument because he said I need his permission because we are partners and we need to talk about savings and not be stupid with money. Yet he spent $8,000 on a gun for hunting and $4,000 on a bow and arrow without even asking me or telling me or even inviting me to come. Is this double standards? Yes, that is double standards. That is double standards, that is controlling, and that is manipulative. He wants to have full control over OP's life. That is just a huge red flag. Like, that is a massive red flag. I don't know what to say other than leave him. Run for the woods, leave, take your car and get out of there. A car is a lot more needed than an $8,000 gun. Let's have a look at some comments. It's not double standards, it's controlling. Yes. I mean, he's telling you what you can and can't do and when. Sooner or later, he will tell you who your friends are and what you can wear. Exactly. I think moving in together as soon as you did is a bad idea. I don't really think that has anything to do with it, to be honest. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think this is just who he is. I think that you could move in within a week with the nicest person on the planet and you would be fine. But moving in within 3 months, actually, the only part that I do understand that is moving in so quickly means you can't really see their true colors and you've made a huge life step. You know what? I retract my statement. I do understand what this person is saying. You didn't know him well enough. Oh, I should have just kept reading. I'm thinking he might have love bombed you into going this fast and now he's trying to trap you by showing his true colors. I assure you that this is only going to get worse, not better. I would not want to stay there. Someone said, agreed to the max, get out now, trust me. So unfortunately, that's going to be all for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I will see you next time. Bye.